right, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another vlog. We're back on location. I'm gonna tell you about where I got into my last fight. Let me run across the street. We are deep off. This is crazy. Okay, so this is the last time that I got into a fight. It was at this place. This was my job. I guess this is my first time being back here in like forever. I used to work at this place. It was a car wash. You can see that sign that says car wash. I used to work here. A lot of, wow, that is so crazy how it changed. Like, there used to be like an overhang. The cars would come through like over here. It's like all covered. The cars would come through. I don't know if you can see it right there. They come through around that way, and we would all be sitting. You see where that bench is? There were other benches right there. We'd all be sitting right there, and we would come and wipe the cars down, you know, dry them off, vacuum the inside, do whatever, and then like they would come in through here, right? And then they would go, and you see where those two little garage doors are at? They would go in through the garage doors and then, you know, get the car wash, whatever like this. It was called Mariner's Car Wash, right? And it used to be, I don't know, on the higher end, but it was nothing but a bunch of convicts and felons working at this place, you know what I mean? Like, and we weren't getting paid literally anything. This is how messed up this place was, right? I'm gonna tell you about the fight in just a minute. So this place, anybody could work here. Anybody could get a job here, right? And they had so many people working at this place where there was no shifts, there was no schedule or anything like that, right? You just show up and you sit right there. And there would be a time clock on the wall next to that window. I don't know if you can sort of see it. I wish I could go in there, but I guess they got this place completely like whatever off. Doors are missing and shit. Wow, it's crazy coming back to some place you haven't been to in a while. It's wild. All right, so anyways, there's a time clock there, and the manager, whoever was on shift at the time, they would say, okay, you're on, and they would punch you in, and you would work for, you know, X amount of hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, and they would, you know, put you off. If it got really slow, they would put you off the clock and say, all right, we're not, you know, it's slow business right now. You know what I mean? So you didn't really have to, like, I mean, it wasn't like a traditional job. So I wasn't getting paid. So that's what really caused me to get a second job. Right now we are on 4th Street. Okay, we're on 4th Street. This place, my aunt used to describe 4th Street as my stomping ground, because if you ever wanted to find me, it's getting kind of loud because we're close to the street now. If you ever wanted to find me on any given day, back in I don't know, just any given day back during that time, I would be on somewhere on this street skateboarding, because there were so many spots to skate on this street, and there were so many of us that skated on the street. But that was, you know, a couple years after I'd got done with my skating thing. I was living at home. I was like 16, 17, living at home, something like that. And that's when I was, you know, doing the skating thing. But like 18, 19, 20 is when all this stuff took place. I don't remember exactly what age. I was probably like 19, 20, 21. All right, so this is what happened, right? I was working at this car wash, okay? And I wonder if the subway looks like it might be open. I don't know if I go in there and get something to eat, because I'm being honest with you, I'm kind of worried about if they're playing music in there and the audio will get picked up. I did one vlog that you probably won't even see because it's demonetized because of the audio. So I think they might be playing music in there. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm gonna go in and see if they are playing music. And if they are, I will dip out. Let's see. Hey, how you doing? I'm all right. All right, yeah, this is the subway right here. I don't know, man. I'm thinking, right, because I'm doing the vlog. I don't got you on camera. It's like I want to, and I'm not telling you to do anything. It's just that whenever I record, because I'm trying to tell a story about what happened here to my YouTube channel, the music gets picked up and it copyrights the thing. So if I ever like do anything in the restaurant, because you know, the music that's being played right now, it'll get picked up by the audio and it gets copyrighted.
Okay, you want to turn it off?
I mean, okay, yeah, I appreciate that. No, I ain't gonna put you in. Thank you, I appreciate that. She's gonna turn the music off for me. I guess I'm gonna get what I usually always get at bro, I'm telling you what, these cookies, this one right here, this macadamia nut, brother, I know the chocolate looks real good, but this macadamia nut, that all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a meatball sub and just another layer, like a 6-inch. Now we'll do a foot long, and when you put the cheese on, melt it in the microwave so the cheese gets melted over the meatballs. That's it.
You want 6 inches?
Nah, give me a foot long. Give me the foot long.
What kind of bread?
Just regular white. I was at summer school long time ago. I think it was middle school, summer school, and after summer school, because summer school was over at like noon or whatever like that. I don't know. It was early, and we would all go to the subway next to the bus stop or whatever. And then some of the gents that I was going to school with, they put me onto this, and I was like, yeah, because I was just getting a meatball sub, and they're like, no, you're doing it wrong. Get the cheese and melt it over that. You gotta tell them to microwave it over that. I was like, oh yeah, I tried it. Never had a meatball sub any other way. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I haven't been to Subway in a grip, dude. It's been a while. How long Mariner Car Wash been closed?
They say about over 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
That's wild. It's crazy to see it like that because the last time I saw it was probably when I was working there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know what happened? Like they just went bankrupt or something?
No, the man died.
No.
He died. And the sad thing about it, he was a good guy because he didn't hire nobody but people from the halfway house.
Yeah.
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 Hired from the halfway. He
Yeah.
believed in second chances.
He did.
Yeah.
He gave me a second chance.
I'm trying to tell you.
He gave me a second
And
chance.
ever since he died, and then just like that.
Dang, that's crazy. So the story that happened, right? This is what happened. So I had a homeboy named Mike. Mike was probably 16 when I met him. So this took place when I was like 21 to 17. He's probably like 19 to 20 at the time, right? So you see the third parking stop right there. When I talk about the parking stop, that's the parking stop that I'm talking about. All right, so boom. I'm at the motel that I was staying at down the street, right? It was $122.50 a week. So I had to work 2 jobs. I was working here, I was working at the car wash, and I was working at Evo's. That's down the street over there. I'll probably show it to you at some point in time. So I'm working there, and I'm at the motel. And on the weekends, we like to go to Clearwater Beach and try to talk to some females because it'd be some young females up there. I'm not talking about like 12, I'm talking about like 18, 19, 20. That was the spot back then, Clearwater Beach. So we making plans to go, right? It was gonna be me, Mike, our homie Jason, and this dude named Earl. I never met, this is my first time meeting Earl. And I think Goldberg was with us. And Goldberg is tragic. He got hit by a car, he died. He died young, he was like 18 or something like that. So I'm at the motel and Jason's over and we're trying to make plans to see who's gonna go get the bottle. I was the oldest, but I still wasn't old enough to buy whatever. I was like 20, but I knew a spot that they would let me, you know what I'm saying, buy the bottle. So I am in the motel, Jason's there, and we're called up Mike. And I'm like, Mike, what's good? I'm gonna get the bottle. Earl's gonna come through. We're gonna drive back to Jason's house, and then we're gonna come pick you up. And I heard Mike's mom in the background. Now, Mike's mom was an interesting case. She was a very nice woman. Mike was like from Ohio, and he was like Italian and white or something like that. And his brother Nick, they were like my best friends. Like they really were. They were my best friends. A lot of the little couch sleeping at somebody's house, like if I really needed someplace to stay, I would just go there. Their dad didn't want me to stay there because it was just them and their dad. Yeah, that's it right there. That's all.
That's it?
That's it.
What, here to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat here. Oh, and I'm gonna buy a drink. Absolutely. Let's go with Starry. I would get one of these macadamia nut cookies, but I'm already kind of full for real. Probably won't even finish the sub. So hold on, let me pay for this. All right, so anyways, where was I at? Thank you for turning the music off, man, by the way. I really appreciate that. All right, so we go to the Meatball Subski. I know it don't look like much, but I'm telling you, this thing is fire. All right, so let me set this thing up. All right, so boom. So I'm at the motel, right? Chilling on the bed. Jason's in the chair watching TV, and I'm on my cell phone, my Nokia, and no, it wasn't even Nokia, it was something else, something a little bit more expensive. It was like a Simon's phone or something like that. It was super expensive at the time. So I'm my mom got it for me. So I called up Mike, and like I said, me and Mike and Nick was his little brother. He was 2 years younger, and me and Nick were like that, like literally like that. If you saw me, you saw Nick. Mike didn't skateboard that much because he kind of sucked at it, but Nick was as good as me at skateboarding. Well, not really, he couldn't hit handrails. So anyways, so boom, I'm on the phone with Mike telling him about the plans, and then I hear his mom in the background. Now his mom didn't live with him, right? She was in and out of jail for drugs and stuff like that. It was just him, his dad, and his brother living at this little fucking, not even an apartment, like a duplex down the street. Like, we're on 4th Street and like I don't know, what is this? 20, 27th, 28th, 30th, 34th, something like that. They live down on 50th. So if we're on 34th, they're like down on 50th, way down there. So it's crazy how I met him too. I know I probably shouldn't, you know, break off in this tangent, but I kind of want to tell this story. I love telling this part of the story. So when I moved over to this neighborhood, I only knew one person over here, this dude named Bobby. Bobby was this fucking white kid that I met one day at the skate park, and I didn't know I met him, right? One of the indoor skate parks. And then at the skate park one day, he just started talking to me like he knew me. And then I realized that I did know him. He was actually super good friends with one of the kids who got me into skateboarding, and I had actually skated with him multiple times at my homie's house, but I never committed this dude to memory because every time I skated with him, it was always just a group of people. I mean, it wasn't like every day we skated. Like on a weekend, he would come over to the dude's house and hang out like every so often, you know what I mean? But he remembered me, I didn't remember him. So he started talking to me like I knew him, and then eventually me and him just became friends. And over the years, Bobby has been like just a really good person to me. Anything I needed, when my computer broke down, he helped me to fix it, you know? When I needed a new computer for cheap, he got me one. When I needed to go someplace, you know, he would take me. I believe there was like some StarCraft tournament that he was into, and he knew I liked StarCraft. I'm the one who got him into StarCraft in the first place. I got all of us into StarCraft. There was a free StarCraft demo that I put everybody on back in the day, and that got him into StarCraft, and he was really good at StarCraft. You know, he was just a really cool dude. Very good at skateboarding too. Way better than me at skateboarding. Well, technically on ground tricks and stuff like that, he was the best. But anyways, so I'm at home down the street. I live on 25th Avenue, right down there, right? So he calls me up one day and he's like, yo, you want to come skate? And I'm just like, I'm chilling at the crib, watching Dragon Ball Z on Cartoon Network. Bobby calls me up and he's like, yo, can you come skate? And I'm like, Bobby, you know that I don't come to skate until after like 5 for real. This is back when I was living at home, because I gotta watch Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball is about to come on, and this is like around the time that Mike gets done with, or this is around the time that Bobby gets done with his, you know, homework or whatever, and he gets, you know, skating. And he was like, yeah, but I've got these 2 kids that skate, they want to meet you. I told them about you. And I'm like, you told them about me? And he said, yeah, I told them that you're good and they want to skate with you. And I was like, really? Bobby knew how to get to me. He knew to inflate my ego to get me to do whatever he wanted. So I was like, all right, cool, yeah. I went down there to the bank. The bank's changed now, Bank of America. Place was amazing. Had a 2-step, had a ledge, it had a high ledge, it had a wall, everything you wanted for a skate. It was like basically a skate park in a parking lot of a bank. It was perfect. Everybody skated there all the time. You would always find new and different people skating there all the time. People came from all over to skate at this bank. It was crazy how good of a skate spot this bank was, right? So I go down there and I meet Nick and Mike. I had seen them around, but I never talked to them before. And I don't know, instantly we bonded. I bonded more so with Nick than I did with Mike, because Mike wasn't like skating like that, and Nick knew about Dragon Ball, you know, because I think I even said something like, Bobby, this is interrupting my Dragon Ball, and Nick was like, you watch DBZ? And I was like, yeah. So me and Nick became really close over the years. So I called up Mike that night or that day at the motel, right? And we're making plans to do whatever, and it was for the weekend. I think it was that weekend. Whatever the case may be, we didn't end up going because this kind of ruined everything. I said, nah, fuck that. No, but we did go because, nah, I'm trying to think, did we go before or after the fight? This had to be after the fight. But anyways, so boom. I hear Mike's mom in the background. I was like, hey, yo, Mike, tell your mom. I said, what's up? Because, you know, she was nice. She would always give us rides to and from the skate park. And at the time, I realized that she didn't have to do that. And her car was probably on its last legs, but she would always give us a ride to and from the skate park. And if the skate park was a grip away, my mom would never do that. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was nice to her because she was always nice to me. I was a black kid, you know what I mean? And his dad didn't like me. His dad really thought I was trying to get them on drugs, which really it was the other way around. I was trying to get them off of drugs. So they was always smoking weed and popping pills, Coracetins. I was trying to get them off of that stuff because I didn't think it was good. Especially not for Nick, man. When I tell you I really cared about Nick and his well-being, I really did. I really did. So I said, tell your mom, I said, what's up? No, matter of fact, it was Goldberg that I was on the phone with. And I said, Goldberg, tell Mike to tell his mom, I said, what's up? And then I don't know what Goldberg told Mike, but Mike gets on the phone. He's like, what did you say to mom? What did you say about mom, Corn? What did you, because they called me Corn back then, was my nickname. He was like, what did you say about my mom? I'll beat your ass, you're talking about my mom. And I was like, yo, I told Goldberg, tell your mom, I said, what's up? But I said, hold up, man. You ain't finna be talking to me no any kind of way, son. Like that. You know what I mean? Like, if it's really like that, I'm just telling you to tell your mom what's up. But if you really want to do it, we can do it. He was like, fuck you, I'll beat your ass. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're on, Mike, but you're soft as cotton, son, and I will beat the fuck out of you. I will destroy you, kid. You do not want these problems, right? And he was like, yeah, you talking all that shit, you won't do nothing. I was like, I'll tell you what, it's on sight the next time I see you. How about that? It's on sight the next time I see you. Ain't gonna be no talking, ain't gonna be no what's up, ain't gonna be, I'm just gonna hit you. And he was like, whatever. And I hung up. So we didn't go anywhere that night. Females came to the crib, we got a bottle, we just drank and just chilled. We ain't do nothing with the females though. One of the females ended up later on in life being Mike's baby mama, for real. But they broke up. So anyways, it was two females. Fat one, Jennifer, and the other one, I really want to call her Sarah, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't it. So anyways, I'm working at the car wash this day, just a random Tuesday. And then Goldberg and Mike ride up on the moped. And I see them, I peep them. They ain't know or maybe they did know I worked at the car wash, I don't know. But I'm sitting at the car wash on the bench waiting to get clocked in, and I'm peeping them coming up, and I'm like, no, son. Now the manager that worked at the car wash, his name was Eddie. Eddie was cool as hell, cool as hell. I'm gonna tell you how cool Eddie was, right? I didn't have a car, all right? I didn't have a car, I didn't have any transportation. My only transportation was riding a bus, right? And I didn't know the buses that well. So I got paid one day, and I said, Eddie, I need you to do me a favor. Eddie was like 20, 21, 23, 20, maybe mid-20s, early 30s, I don't know. But I knew this dude was cool as hell, right? So I said, Eddie, I need you to do me a favor one day. And he was like, yeah, what's up, man? I got you, Lauren. And I was like, yo, can you go get me a PS2? And he was like, PS2? And I was like, yeah, man, I want to get one, but I don't have any way to go to get it. He was like, all right, yeah, I'll shoot up there to the mall and I'll get it to you. He says, you got the money? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I gave him 200 or whatever like that for the PS2, and he didn't rob me. He went to the store, got me a PS2, and brought it to me. You know what I mean? Like, he was just cool as hell like that, man. I didn't think he was gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a whatever. Yo, you'll go to the store and buy me a PS2? I didn't really, it wasn't like a serious request. I thought he was gonna say no. You know what I mean? It was just whatever in passing talk. He was, you know, we were just up there shooting shit at the car wash. Wasn't no cars there. So he did that. He bought me a PS2 with my money and brought it to me. He was so cool. Oh, good. I need napkin. Oh, I need napkin. And truth be told about Eddie, he kept me on the clock more than anybody else when he was the manager up there. Because there are other managers up there all the time, but when he was the manager up there, he kept me on the clock more often than not, which was cool of him. Because he knew my situation. He knew I was living at the motel. So I'm peeping Mike and Goldberg roll up, right? And I'm just like, oh no, son, it's on site. So I went in my bag, took off my work shirt, put on another shirt. I said, yo, Eddie, come here. He was like, yo, what's up, man? I said, yo, take me off the clock real quick. I gotta go handle something. He's like, what's up? He's white dude. And I said, you see these two cats right there? He's like, oh, yeah. One of them's trying to get a job here. And I was like, don't let him get no job here. The one right there, the little darker skinned one, because Mike was a little bit darker skinned. He was white, but he was just, you know, he was like tan. He says, I got beef with that dude. I'm finna go knock him out right now. He was like, all right, yeah, cool. I'm gonna log you out. He's like, listen, with over there so the big manager don't see you. The lady the man that she said passed away, that dude, because he's always there. He's like, make sure nobody don't see you because then we gotta take action. And I was like, cool. So I take off my shirt, put on my regular shirt, and I walk up to him and I'm, what's up? And he was like, oh, fuck no, Corey, fuck no. And he was a little bit taller than me too. So he's talking about, you said it was on site. You said it wasn't going. Listen, son, when I tell you, I mean, bro, I don't even know how he didn't dodge it because I felt like I was punching slow. But bow, knocked him in the shit. He fall backwards, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, get up, what's good? You know, I said, I'll go over there, whatever, like that. And I started throwing, you know, karate kicks on him and punches and jabs. So, you know, the parking stop that I told you about, I tripped over that at one point in time. So once I tripped over that, I think he tried to get on top of me to like whatever, but I don't, like some sort of like karate, like throw whatever, I pushed him off of me or something like that. And then I got back up and then he was on the ground and then I was on top of him about to beat the daylights out of him. And then somebody, this black lady work here, older black lady, she had to be in her 50s or 60s. She comes out the door and she's like, stop that fighting, stop that fighting. They calling the police right now, stop that fighting, go. And she was talking to me. She wasn't like yelling at me. She was looking out for me, right? Because I guess she saw a black dude beat up on a white dude, whose side she gonna take, you know what I mean? So she was like trying to look out, seeing that somebody called the cops and I need to dip. So I got up, spit on him, and I dipped. I felt so bad about that. Can I admit something to you? And this is soft as hell. This is soft as hell. I think I know this dude. There's a dude that's ordering right now. He's got red hair. Pretty sure I used to skate with him back in the day. I gotta get a good look at his face again. He's older. He was even older than me when we skated. But I'm certain I know him. So later on that night, I mean, I'm embarrassed to even tell you this, bro, but I broke down. Like I cried because I don't know, call it love or whatever, but I really cared about Mike a lot, him and his brother, because I'd known them for a couple years, you know. I ate with them, I skated with them for years, I slept in this, like, a bunk bed, not the same bed, but slept in bunk beds, you know, with them. You know, I took Mike to holler at females for the first time. That was so crazy. Let me tell you about that. So all Mike and Nick ever did was skateboard, and they never talked to females. They never talked about females. And I was kind of worried about Mike, that he might not like females. I mean, it's nothing bad, you know, there's anything wrong with it, Sinisteria, but I never saw him, you know, talk about females or even, you know, be around a female. So I was like, damn, you know what? All we do is skateboard. Let me show Mike the other side of the world. So I remember I said we're gonna go to the mall and we're gonna holler at females, and that's it. We're not going to buy anything. We'll have a meal, but our primary objective is to get phone numbers. That's our primary objective, is go to the mall and get phone numbers. And he was like, how are we gonna do that? Ask them. What are you, soft? So I remember it's the first time we went, Nick wanted to go. Like I said, Nick was 2 years younger, like 14. I'm, you know, 18, 19, Mike is 16, and Nick wanted to go. And I felt bad because high key, I like Nick more than I like Mike. But this wasn't something that I wanted to do with Nick because he was too immature to handle this, you know? So, their dad, Leonard, was a character. Leonard was trying to get his in too. So he gave Mike like 70 or 80 bucks to go to the mall to get him out the house for real. And then Nick started crying, like actually literally crying because he wanted to go, and we told him no. So he told his dad, and his dad basically forced us to take him with him. So we took Nick with us to the mall. We hopped on the bus, we went to the mall. And I'll be damned. I mean, I don't want to get into the whole story of every female that we met because this will be a long vlog. I don't even know if I remember everything in that much detail, but what I can remember and tell you is this. I got 1 or 2 phone numbers. Mike got 1 phone number. I'll tell you about that. So we're sitting at my post-up spot, right? And like 3 bad Latina chicks walk by. And I'm like, there you go, Mike, go get them. And he was like, I said, that's you, I already got my phone number, go get one of them. He was like, I don't know what to do, man. What if they don't want to talk to me? He said something soft like that. And I was like, what do you mean what if they don't want to talk to you? You see any dudes with him? No. So what the fuck you think they're doing here? Shopping? Come on, man. Come on, man. So I said, look, I'm gonna set you up. I said, skate! Like that. And the girl, she looks around, one of them, like the lead chick, and she's just like, and I said, hey girl, come here. She looked over at me, she's like, me? And I was like, yeah, you, come here, bro. I want to holler at you real quick. So she comes over, and she was like, what's up? And I said, what's up? And she's like, look, check this out. My homeboy, he wants to holler at you. And then she says, well, why aren't your homeboy talking to me then? So she's looking Mike up and down. And I'm already peeping here in her eyes. Mike could bag her if he really wanted to, but he gonna fuck it up. So I'm like, look, man, Mike, there you go, bro. She wanna talk to you. I'm gonna go over here. So I walked off. I'm peeping, looking at what's going on, keeping my eyes wide to, you know, whatever. And I see old girl take his arm, pull out a pen, and write her number on his hand. So then she dips off, joins her 2-stack, and they become a 3-stack again. So I go over to him and I'm like, yo, what's up? What happened? And he's like, she gave me her phone number. And he is so blown away about that. Now, son, when I tell you that every group of females we hollered at, they only wanted to talk to Nick. They only wanted to talk to Nick. It was brother. And I'm not trying to judge a dude, but Nick wasn't ugly, so I get it. But that shit was kind of fucking rage-inducing because I would go through the same shit with Jason all the time. Jason was the dude that was at my crib when I, you know, had to tell Mike about his ass on the phone. Couldn't take Jason nowhere. He swore he was 50 Cent. white dude, swore he was 50 Cent. And every time a female saw him, they fell in love instantly. He only let black people cut his hair. He kept the fade.
Just so you can come in if you want.
He kept the fade. Always wore a do-rag. This is crazy. So, yeah, Nick ran away with like 5 or 6 phone numbers that day. I don't think he called none of them. It's crazy. So, what happened after that? A week go by, and call up Jason, and we make plans to go to the beach. And he was like, man, if we go, Mike's gotta come. And I'm like, all right, I'm cool. It's been a week since I talked to Mike, and like I said, I really liked Mike. I really did. And I felt bad about what happened. But I can't show him that. So whenever whatever happens, the dude comes through and picks us up, and we're all headed to the beach. I'm in the car, and I'm like, what's up, Mike? And he just looks at me, gives me the little head nod. And I'm like, we cool? And he just gives me the shrug. I'm like, what's up? Round 2, what's up? You know what I mean? I don't mean it, but I had this, I don't want to say fake, but fake. I had this persona that I had to keep up with these dudes, right? At least I felt like. And he was like, nah, man, I'm cool. And I was like, all right, make sure. Like that. So he was kind of quiet, he was standoffish, whatever. And I think that was the last time that I saw Mike ever. Because we never went to the beach again after that. And then my life went on a completely different path. You know, I moved to Tampa and started going to school, and by the time I came back from school, which I didn't finish, by the way, I was only there for a couple of months. He had moved to Tampa himself, and he and one of the chicks that we knew, Sarah, they had their, you know, kid or whatever. And I heard now that she broke up with him. This is a couple years ago. I checked up on him, looked him up on Facebook, his Facebook page or whatever, and he was going through it because he loved her, but she didn't love him. She left, and I don't know, I guess they got joint custody of their kid. And Nick, whatever happened to him, man, I don't know. The only thing I know from Nick is what I hear from Bobby. And Bobby, the last time I talked to Bobby about Nick, said that Nick went to jail for setting fire to an apartment complex. Apparently because the manager slighted him or did him wrong or something like that. But Nick was, I guess, I mean, I don't know for sure, so I just might be talking on my ass, but from what Bobby tells me, Nick was fucked up on really hard drugs, you know? You know, he was a very functional drug addict. He had a job or whatever, but he was just really bad on drugs, which probably altered his... This is so good. Let me do a thumbnail. Oh, how about this one? I like this one. So, I don't know, man. I looked him up. He was in jail for a little bit, on probation, back in jail, in and out. And it was crazy because Nick was always a smart one. He was always, you know, doing good in school, had good grades. He did all of his homework all the time. Yeah, if anybody, I thought Mike was going to be the one I had to worry about, which I know it wasn't my place to worry about them because they weren't none of my damn kids, but I felt like Mike was just an idiot. I'm sorry to say, Mike was just stupid, bro. Like back then, if you told Mike to spell equator, he couldn't do it. Like I'm being dead ass. Like if you told Mike to spell equator, he wouldn't be able to spell equator. Mike was just, he was an idiot. He was. He was nice. He was kind. I don't know what kind of adult he turned into.
That's why I said, look, I made sure I won.
But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Looking at this place, how it's all just, everything's different. So listen, I didn't want to bring this up because I know I keep saying this every single time I do one of these, but man, do y'all really like these? Like, because I feel like I'm just the butt of some joke that people just look at these and like, he really thinks we like these. We just like laughing at him because he's so pathetic. He's stupid, he's dumb. That's how I feel like the majority of people that watch these things are feeling, right? Like, the last vlog I did, I was monitoring it, the view count. And man, overnight, like last night, it shot up like 600, 700 views, like in a matter of hours. So I mean, I guess people are really fucking with the vlogs. Y'all are really liking it, but do y'all really like them? And I feel like if y'all really like them, I should stop taking this sort of like this attitude of my vlogs aren't good enough or I'm not good enough, because that lack of confidence would probably make people not want to fuck with, you know, my shit, my videos anymore, because I have to be confident. So I just, is it really true? And that's why I'm doing this one. I was working on the Elden Ring video and I was like, man, you know what? Just go do the thing, man. Because the last Elden Ring video you did is not doing well. The one I uploaded before that, it's starting to blow up, you know? It went from like 151 today, this morning, to like 800 now. So it's like, it's at that point where it hit the algorithm and people are seeing it now. A lot of the videos, sometimes they're slow burners. And you'll look at the video and it'll be like 120, bro, you got 665,000 subs and you're not getting any views. Like, I hate when people say shit like that. But then it's like, you wait a couple days, the video hits the algorithm and YouTube starts promoting it more because people are watching it more. So that video's hit the algorithm. I'm guessing that the other one's gonna hit the algorithm. I don't know what kind of algorithm these hit. Food reviews, maybe? I don't know. I don't know, man. Well, I mean, I guess that is pretty much it. Update what's going on with my life. I know we're going on 40 minutes right now, 42 minutes, something like that. But I hit Diamond 2 on Marvel Rivals, which is good. Shout out to Dishy and Void and the random people that we met that helped me to rank up. Interesting though, if you play Marvel Rivals, tell me how you feel about this. Nick Merckx, they have him reported saying that Marvel Rivals, the matchmaking is designed the way it is to keep people playing longer. Meaning that you'll get a string of wins in a row because they'll put you with good people, and then they'll purposely put you with bad people to set your rank back. So you will have to keep playing to continue to rank up. And I sort of always kind of felt that about this game, right? And there'll be some games where you'll play where, and this is how I feel about it, I don't know, this is just my opinion, right? I feel like there are certain games of Marvel Rivals that you play where you get a team and it's a breeze. Your dog walk the park on the other team. And then there's the teams that you get on that you got a person who, you know, 3 people with no mics, they only use one character, and it's just, you know, your randoms are selling you because they don't know how to play the game for real. They don't know how to use other characters because they don't know how to use other characters. They don't know the weaknesses of that character. So when this character uses whatever and exploits their weakness, or, you know, shows the opportunity to exploit their weakness, that person doesn't know to capitalize on it. You know, just a bunch of just little micro things that help you win the match, right? And I feel like when you pull together with your 3-stack or 2-stack and you guys actually win that match, those are the matches that you aren't supposed to win by the numbers, by the statistics, and you sort of, I just see it as like a barrier, a door barrier in front of you. You break through it, and you're not supposed to break through that barrier, you know? And I feel like that's how you rank up. I feel like that's honestly how you rank up, is by breaking through those barriers. Because when you get a stacked team people who know what they're doing, Mike's, it's easy to win the game, you know? Communication is key, and people who know how to use more than 3 characters, yeah, it's easy to win those games. But when you get those teams that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and then you get a team that slightly knows what they're doing or knows what they're doing, that is, you know, those barriers. And we broke through a couple of those barriers last night, man. You know, I mean, you could definitely tell that there were teams that we were on that were stacked, and we could definitely get the dub. Bro, I even did my first diamond only match last night, bro, because I was diamond 1, I got to diamond 2, and I finally got to ban some characters, bro. It felt so good. You know, I don't think I've ever felt that, and I know it's so stupid to think of it like this because it's just a dumbass video game, but I was proud of myself. I really was. Listen, tell me what you think about that, and I'm gonna dip out because it's been long already, and I'm going to go back to the car. One thing about this neighborhood, it's richer. It's definitely richer. You see a lot of expensive cars. This is technically the north side. Black people don't live over here. We don't. This is white territory for real. All right, now I'm taking off. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. It's always important to be nice to people, man. Because I am a firm believer in, yeah, right here. No, it wasn't the third one. It was this one. I remember it. Because we were fighting right here. I wanted to be away from the car wash. I remember tripping over this and I fell over. I didn't hurt myself falling over. Dude got on top of me. I threw his ass off and I pieced him up. Now, I'm not saying I'm champion MMA fighter or no like that, but Mike, like I said, was an idiot. I knew Mike, and this is why I was so confident to fight him, because Mike don't know how to fight. He don't. Mike has never been in a fight in his life, because I knew his life. I knew Mike so well. And he had braces, man. His dad, whenever I went back over there to hang out with Nick again, you know, whatever. No, I don't even think it was, I don't remember. I just remember Mike's dad, Leonard, talking about, yeah, just don't hit him in the mouth. So I think me and him were arguing about something one day while we were at his house or something. Just don't hit him at the mouth. Those braces are expensive. Leonard hated me, man. He hated the relationship that I had with his kids. I honestly believe that, man, because one day we were coming home from the skate park and I had connections because I was him. Not really, but I was him. And we were at the skate park that was Clearwater, fucking hours away from where we live. And I had experience in getting home. So I knew some friends that were up there that was going back to, you know, my whatever. And after we were done being at the skate park was closed. And I was like, yo, can y'all give me a ride? And they were like, yeah, we're going your way. And I left Nick and Mike and Bobby up there. And I was like, listen, because they were waiting for Bobby's mom to come and pick them up. And I was like, yo, when I get home, I'll tell your dad that you guys are on the way. So I got home, called him, told him, yo, they're coming. And Nick told me, talking about some, my dad thinks that you have us on drugs. I told him that's not the truth, that you're trying to stop us from smoking, but he didn't believe it. That guy gave me a ride to work one day. So maybe he didn't hate me that much, I don't know. Old Mariner car wash. I don't believe it.